What's good, people? So, it's your dude, 11 Lex Mill. So, first vlog that I was talking about, which was the beginning of, my musical journey. And as y'all can see, I just got my fresh haircut, so I don't look OC no more. For those that don't know, OC's out of control. That's a Chicago thing. Anywho, so finished off. I was in high school. So graduate high school. Me and one of my homies, the one I was saying that that we, I did the diss track on or whatever. Like I said, me and him, it was just a rap battle thing. So that's my boy A-Train. And so my producer goes off to college. We all go off to college for a little bit, I say a little bit because I only went for a little bit. So, we go off to college years and all that stuff like that. I ended up starting producing, like for real, because, my producer was gone and my boy BAR, he produced, but he really, I was kind of leaning more towards other producers. I ended up working on my first solo project called The Lyrical Nerd. So we do that project, right? And I mean, it was cool. And it was, it was the first project of me. So I was like, okay, it was like a proud moment, like, okay. And I was also letting people know that I wasn't like splitting from my group or nothing. So with that said, we continue to work on more music. I ended up doing another project called Alexa Mill LP, which was actually the beginning of me using that term Alexa Mill, because I was still just going off of LEX at the time. So that project goes well, and I'm working on other people's projects too, a few other projects and my friends that were doing stuff. And by this time, I'm producing. I'm getting heavy into it. Like most of my second project that I did for myself was myself. I think I got producers here and there to do beats and stuff like that. But other than that, not too many. So that's around, let's see. So this is about, 2004, 2005-ish. So this is around the time when I meet my soon-to-be daughter's mother. And I say soon-to-be because years later, that's, So I started doing more projects. Like around this time, man, I'm doing shows, I'm doing projects, I'm producing a lot, I'm rapping a lot, I'm doing a little bit of everything, man. So this is like the highlight, the peak of me doing things. And yeah, man, like that was a good time in my life. I ain't even gonna lie. Like I say, I don't like to get too personal, but as far as music at least, it was a wonderful time in my life. Wonderful. Because I was doing so much, man. I say from the years between 2005 to 2011. Throughout that time, I was doing a lot of music, a lot of shows. Like, I don't want to get into the specifics because, again, I have a lot of these tracks on YouTube, actually. A lot of these tracks that I've done. Because, again, I did a Throwback Thursday kind of thing. So, again, I'm actually working on getting that playlist done so that way you guys can listen to old music, all this stuff that I'm talking about right now, man. And the first part, this part, however many other parts I'm doing, y'all can hear it. Y'all can actually just hear what we were working on and hear the different styles and hear the growth and all that stuff like that, man. So, because again, I don't want to talk y'all ear off. I feel like the beginning I talked y'all ear off a lot because, it was just a lot to catch up on. But, between the years, I'll sum it up as this. Between the years of 2004 to 2011, I did another project called the Human Torch LP. I ended up doing a couple compilation albums with friends and stuff like that, with my groups and everybody I was working with. So, you got that. I was producing for my boys at the time. I think I produced 2 other projects that weren't my own. They were other solo projects from people that I ended up working with. And I did that. And then I started working on mixtapes. Because I wasn't doing projects like that for real. I was doing mixtapes and shit. So, excuse the language. Yeah, I think I did 3 mixtapes at the time. My first mixtape I did was in 2006. That was during the time of like transition, because that was the year right before my daughter was born. And so I did that project, and then I took like a little break to, be a dad, try to figure out how to be a dad, because I was a young kid, and I was 22 at the time, so I wasn't too young, but I was young. I was the youngest out of all of my people that I knew, so yeah, I had to do that. But then, like 2008, I kicked back in, man. I never stopped producing. Matter of fact, here's a funny story, man. I did a beat one time. My daughter was crying. She had to be a few months old. She was crying all night, and I was playing this one song. And it was like, trying to hold on to my woman. Man, I must have played that song about 6,000 times thinking that it was going to calm her down. And it ended up making me cry. It made me cry. Oh my goodness. But it inspired me to make a beat. And I ended up making a beat from that song, from hearing it. And I might post that beat one day. Just so you can hear, just so you guys can hear it. So yeah, I mean, you got stuff like that going on, I was working on a lot of beats. I ended up working with a few other groups at the time too. One of the dope things that I was able to do, man, I was doing the show circuits and stuff like that. Like, I was doing open mic nights with my brother, with friends. I did this one open mic night with, literally, I came in there with everybody that I was working with from these years that I was doing stuff. The end of the show, they wanted to work with me, and I ended up working with this group called Pluto Entertainment, which those are still my people to this day. I literally went in there by myself with a bunch of people that I produced for or worked with at the time, and they were like, whoa, this guy just turned this from an open mic night to a show. So I ended up getting a dope little show off of that. So yeah. I'm trying to think, man. So yeah, that's around that time, man. Like, cause at 2011, I took like a little hiatus, man. I guess that'll be the ending part, because like I said, I want to sum things up. And yeah, I ended up doing a bunch of different shows. I ended up opening up for Young Buck with my group, with my homie L Street. Shout out to her. She's doing a lot of big things, man. Shout out to sis. Proud of her. We ended up opening up for Twister before. With her and the group that I was with then, with me and her in the group, we did a lot of shows, decent amount of shows and different kinds of, stuff like that. Working with other groups, producing for them. Like I said, during that time, man, it was a lot of different projects being put together, put out. And you got to think also, this is the age of MySpace. This is before SoundCloud and stuff like that. So, we're posting everything on MySpace. We're posting everything on, it's everywhere, man. Like, oh my goodness, I got so much stuff, man. I wish MySpace kind of was still open, because I can, show you guys what I was working on. But, around 2007, 8, that's around when Facebook opened up from just being college people to everybody. So I'm working on music then and stuff like that. And then YouTube pops up. So then I got stuff from YouTube, man. Again, a lot of stuff I don't want to repost, because I've posted it already and it's on YouTube already, and it's got the years to show. So, I end up with a bunch of different avenues and projects and this, that, and the third. I was really working the stuff like that. So I'll conclude on that note. And yeah, man, I ended up, at that stage. And yeah, but it was cool, man. That was a fun time in my life, definitely. Not to say that I'm not having fun times in my life anymore. I definitely still am. Just older now, so fun is defined different now. But hope y'all enjoying this little series, man, and enjoying catching up with me and seeing what my life has been like and everything like that. So as always, make sure y'all subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell icon, so when I make more videos, you got the notification already. And share, and man, continue to support. I love it, man. So shout out to everybody. Hope y'all enjoying y'all day. Get yourself looking good today, whatever you're doing. And yeah, let's do this, y'all.